for those who are not from this.
Are you Laura?
Yeah.
I'm Lou Ager.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing? I'm trying to get to make an announcement. Hey, Glenn, how you doing, babe? I'm gonna make an announcement. We're trying to get all the union members over there and get a nice picture. All right?
Okay, great. Yeah. I couldn't figure out where you guys were, so I figured if I do Clue up high, hey, you guys will find me.
All right, how you doing? Yes, too long. I'm glad you're out here, though. I want to take a sign.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Hey, Gwen, in the picture. Yes, I appreciate that.
This is the thing about slavery. If you look over here, you see that gray?
Thank you.
Thank you, too, guys.
You rock, man. You rock.
Those are things of all the slaves that were here. And it is for them that we are here today.
I think that's Joe Penn. That's okay.
And it is in their spirit that we tell these folks they best go back to whence they came. Because this ain't your house. It's our house, our city, our town, our time. I know that some of the militia folks, Christian Yingling in particular, the folks that went to Charlottesville, not to come here today.
Yeah, don't come here.
On a podcast recently that all the so-called patriots should not come to Philly. You got run out of here the last time. You'll get run out of here again. With that Trump flag, if Trump himself don't come here, how much do you think you're gonna handle? And behind the man with the Trump sign, too bad I cannot see what I can't read what he says on that placard. I can't read it, but I do know the face of one of the guys on that, Jefferson Davis. What's up with that? What's up with Jefferson Davis and a seat for so-called patriots?
Jefferson Davis, that's how we feel.
See, if you want to see what real rebelling is about, come play with us sometime. If you want to know what a real revolution is about, come play with us sometime. If you want to know what real freedom and real liberty and really fighting for it is about, come play with us sometime. Because this is the game we play, and it ain't no game. So you go over there and you do your little LARPing, wearing your silly little helmet and all that, and looking like somebody from the kingdom in The Walking Dead. Don't bother talking, man. I can't hear you. So you just go ahead and do that, but you are going to do it over there. And that's all we need to let you. That's all I need to say to you. But to the rest of us, keep on keeping on. Stay strong. They're going to try to come back without us knowing. They're going to try to keep that momentum they've been having for the past 2.5 years.
No! Vote them out!
And I will bear in mind, too, KSS, everybody's wondering where Keystone United is, or Keystone State Skinheads were this past, last month. They usually have their little rally outside over on Boathouse Road near the Viking statue. Some strange reason they couldn't do it this year. Some strange reason. I don't know what it was, but in any case, they already knew they were not welcome. So I don't know if they're over there, but if they're not there, I'm not surprised. Because they've already been served notice by Philly. Now it's their turn. And we're going to keep on doing that. We're going to keep on showing them what's up. I think they already know. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, girl. I love that chant. We got the numbers.
We got the numbers.
We got the numbers.
We got the numbers.
But then we're going to have an announcement from one of our great labor friends here. Lou Ager.
Hi, my name's Lou Ager, operating engineers, president of Philadelphia Metal Trades Council. Just so you know, labor stands against hate. And if every union member could get over by this wall, we'd like to take a picture, send it out to show that labor stands against hate. We have operating engineers, we have teachers, we have postal workers, we have steel workers, we have crew, we have lots of unions here. So let's get together, get a picture, show everybody that labor stands against hate.
Thank you, Lou. And thank you to all our union friends. The organization that has been holding it down in this country.
Yeah, I see like a little bit.
Come on.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
So glad you could be here.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura.
Hey.
Hey, I saw Clue. I'm
Thank you.
Baltimore chapter.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for coming up.
It was actually, I have friends in town from
NEA, man.
Awesome.
Operate OE.
They they want to come see the Liberty Bell, and I was like, okay, go ahead. I'll be where I belong.
That's awesome.
I'm BTU.
NEA.
How are you?
Wave your flag up, Laura.
Yep, sorry. Got,
Oh man, I didn't want to take a picture of all these guys.
Going back a little bit.
The waiting.
Yeah, I think we can. All right, man.
hey, how are
Good to
you?
see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Glad
We're
you
gonna get the labor picture here.
Yeah, that's what we're
Right.
working on. Lou's trying to get us together.
I'll stay here then.
Yeah, you're in the right spot. Oh, sorry. It's okay.
So that's thing like National Lampoon's Rookie Vacation. You think you want to run? You got enough room?
Thank you.
Good meeting you guys.
You too.
We got to keep standing strong, man.
Yep.
Trying to
Thank you guys for coming out.
Thanks for coming, guys.
That's awesome.
Where's Kathy Black?
I don't know. I know. It was on the agenda, but I wasn't at the meeting because I had a council meeting in Upper Darby. So.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
But some of our peeps are here.
Yeah, of course.
Some of our peeps are here.
Actually blowing off another event to be here, and I
see? All right.
We have around 10 from T.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
It's good to see some familiar faces.
Yeah.
I'm really into any gritty.
Screw that gritty. Yeah, Flyers crossed that picket line.
Did they?
In Marriott,
I don't think gritty was there.
Still.
That was
The
actually.
Flyers crossed, the Yankees crossed, the Dodgers
I
crossed,
saw that.
but not Method Man.
No, but I believe the Red
I'll
Sox.
never go to a
actually-
Flyers game
I believe
again.
the Red Sox also
No,
man.
they didn't, because why would they have to?
They were somewhere else. They
No,
did
they live in
one.
Boston.
I know, but they did one elsewhere.
I don't like the Red Sox anyway. I don't like Guardian. I read the Guardian.
Yeah?
I love the Guardian.
All right, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
All right. Could you introduce yourself and tell me what brings you out here today?
My name is Lou Ager. I'm operating engineer for the city.
Vice News was here. I talked with
The shipyard workers in Philadelphia.
Sweatshirt today, and then I was
And the history of right to work has always been a history of right to work.
Now you have 20 over there. We're not going to hire you. You probably can't even count that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a connection that a lot of folks, especially folks who don't have a connection to the labor movement, don't necessarily understand that, like, the racist history of right
I
to work.
understand what they're doing over there.
and
There don't
white
seem to be any
nationalism.
speakers.
You don't have a connection for the labor. Call 215-542-7500 and tell me when to organize your shop. You're getting married after the rally. You here? We're against the brass man against the wall. Pictures of the slaves on.
Pretty much everybody, yeah.
Next to, right
I don't know what I have. Hey,
yeah, by the tube. I'm right like a minute from, yeah, I'm like 10 feet from the tube. All right.
I don't have them on me. I'll text you both in your talk.
Just Google badass shit, and she'll come up.
Also, that's actually all for you.
I'm good, thank you.
And Megan, I don't know if you've ever met you before.
Lou Anger, how you doing? Good, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Laura Wentz.
I'm Laura. It's President.
What's up, Donnie?
Enjoy. Okay.
How you doing, bud? How'd you get down here?
Megan's a staff rep at HAZMAT.
Oh, awesome.
And was at the School for the Deaf when I was working with them previously.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know what? I got down and I said, you can't get here. You can't get here. So I turned back and I called Larry up. Wherever the hell Larry is over there. And he said, come on, I'm going. So we don't, he does a 24 years.
Cheers. I have them. I was at 2 meetings with you where I got all the papers. Is this a new paper?
It's relatively the same until there's a...
Somebody reads it.
I don't have a thing to put paper in
Yeah,
this time.
it's all
but
good.
I will. I was like, I don't like to take the paper more than once.
I know, I appreciate that.
Because I feel like
You're here.
other people can have them.
There you go. I guess it works.
Hey, Lou.
Telling Susan we've probably been in more demonstrations in the last year.
I just saw Lauren Frankel.
Handout I created. Same thing
I know, I got it. That's
right,
why I
but
didn't be here.
I know, but on the back is clues, resolution. No, this is the clue one. That's clue.
Resolution. Nothing changes.
A clue resolution that we passed in 2017. So, and then membership form.
You know what? We have a lot of members in Clue. We're actually mostly on Bucks County.
Yeah,
You know Renee?
Yeah, I know. I helped form that chapter, but I'd love for us to get some of your members here.
All right, I'll tell her. I'll tell Renee to help.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Renee, actually, I work with Renee.
Okay, great.
Yeah, she just became an organizer for us.
Nice, awesome.
I work with her every day.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming out.
So this is really Wednesday.
I know this is an unimportant detail, but I've been trying to figure out if you're Nazi, how do you get over there?
Oh, there's a. I think you have to come like from that.
I've walked all the way around.
Really?
It's all blocked off. There was an opening, and as I got to it, they barricaded it.
Oh,
So
maybe
I'm
you.
thinking I go.
Right. Well.
Hey guys, something I want to add real quick. This is a little off topic, but nevertheless, sorry the heater's on in the background. Apologize for that. But I wanted to throw this out there. This was a comment that was made yesterday, I do believe. It was from Eric Swalwell, I guess. Democrat out of California, and he was actually supposed to be running for president or something. But nevertheless, this was the comment that was made. Talking about wanting to ban guns. And made the comment that, you know, well, first off, he wants to give $1,000 for every firearm in the country. Buy them back. But he said if they don't give them up, then the government also has nukes. So he's basically referring to using nukes on U.S. Citizens in order to take the firearms. That was the comment. And that is the most far out there thing I've heard so far. And that was the comment from a Joe Biggs. So basically, at Rep. Swalwell wants a war. And, well, you can read it there. Because that's what you would get. You're out of your mind if you think I'll give up my rights and give all the power to the government. And the representative says, and it would be a short war, my friend. The government has nukes, too many of them. But they're legit. I'm sure if we talked, we could find common ground to protect our families and communities. And it was also replied as, so our government would nuke its own country in order to take guns? Wow, don't be so dramatic. You're claiming you need a gun to protect yourself against the government is ludicrous, but you seem like a reasonable person. If an assault weapons ban happens, I'm sure you'll follow the law. And that was not an just off the wall, you know, random comment that was made. But that is definitely a scary thought that would even be thrown out there. I mean, I've heard similar comments saying, oh, well, you know, the government has fighter jets and tanks and this kind of stuff. What good would your assault weapons, I hate to even use that term, your firearms even do? I've heard things used in that context, but to actually say that, or people will say something like, you know, do you think people should be allowed to own nukes? You know, one of them stupid comments. But to actually hear an elected official say something along those lines, that's... And people are up for disarming. Washington State passed a gun control bill that the people actually voted on. But not even a gun issue. What do you expect? Look at California. I read recently that the people voted against lowering their gas tax. Now, how dumb can you be to go to the ballot box and vote to say, I want to pay more for gas? If you've got a chance to lower it, any sane person would lower it. I don't care, you know, unless you're the person collecting the taxes, that I can understand those people voting for it, of course. But if you're the one paying it, then what do you expect? I mean, it's stupid. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. Now, there are times people have voted to raise their taxes, obviously, for schools or maybe a road tax. You know, things of that sort. Now, I could argue that either way, and I can understand arguments on both sides. But to actually vote on a gas tax, that's kind of crazy. But California is a good example. And I'm going to throw this out there. I know we're off topic. The protest thing kind of sucks, but whatever. People think California, a lot of the left think it's great. You know, you go to California, they'll give you just about anything, you know. Illegals go there, get treated like, you know, kings and queens, whatever. But that comes with a big price. Let's say, alright, let's use healthcare for an example. You go to Cali, you might get the majority of your health care taken care of. You know, fine. The government will get you dependent on that. Saying, alright, we're giving you your health care, or at steep discounts, however you want to look at it. And your medication, your doctors, all that. So you need all that to live. So you're covered. Everything's cool. Well, down the road, something comes up. Could be gun control, could be whatever. But they put it out there basically as, if you don't vote for this gun control issue, then we're going to take away your affordable medication. You're not going to be able to get your life-saving whatever. So, do you give up your rights and lose your medicine? In most cases, people will say, well, I've got to have my whatever to survive, to live, so what choice do I have? And that's the whole point. That was the goal from the get-go. You know, these people are willing to spend millions and even billions of dollars to strip you of your rights. Money means nothing to them. They've got more of it than they could ever throw at anything. They don't care. So when something ends up being free or virtually free, there's still a cost involved. There's still a price to pay. And it may not be with money. So what is it? Your rights. Instead of paying X amount of dollars more a month, you're just going to lose your rights. Sad world we live in, but it is what it is. But this was one of the most outlandish comments that I've seen in quite a while. And yes, I did get a small, well, it's a 12-hour Twitter ban if I delete the tweet that I made, and, you know, they'll start the 12-hour clock, which I haven't done. And my comment was not an in general thing about, you know, let Cali burn. I mean, there are some good people out there, obviously. My comment was replying to an individual that was really complaining about Trump. And my comment stated that you should burn, meaning the guy that I was replying to. I said, I don't remember exactly how I worded it. I'd have to look. But more or less, you can't sit back and say you hate the man, you hate Trump, you know, you despise him, you can't stand him, but then when something goes wrong in your area, you're begging for him to save you. You know, it's like people that say they hate the cops, can't stand the police, you know, get rid of them. But the first time somebody goes boo in their general direction, what do? They grab the closest phone they can and call the police. Oh, so-and-so done something to me. Have him arrested. When you just spent the whole last 6 months complaining, acting like a fool, saying you hate the cops. So, you know, you're free to like or hate whoever you want. I don't care. But don't say you hate somebody just when things are good, and when things don't go your way for any reason, don't run to that man or woman and expect them to save you. No. I don't agree with that whatsoever. But all them same people that are complaining that they hate Trump and hate this, I haven't heard of one of them offer to give up their tax breaks or the little extra they might get in their paychecks or income tax time. You know, they're not going to give that stuff up. So, I don't know. I just thought I'd kind of throw this out there. Something a little off topic, I know, but nevertheless, kind of is what it is. But I didn't know if you guys had seen that comment. And they also said, I don't think it's in this particular article, this is more to do with his comment, but nevertheless, his gun buyback idea, they calculated, would cost roughly $15 billion. $1,000 for every firearm. Well, every, quote, assault weapon. So, take it for what it is, but that was the comment that's out there. And that article on Breitbart there came out yesterday. Pretty crazy. I kind of found out about it a little after the fact. I was in and out all day yesterday, not really paying attention to much, but you got to be careful. Because, you know, now if a conservative would have made a comment about nuking people, the left would have had an absolute fit. It would have been, you know, they'd have been crucified on CNN. But when the left does it, they consider, oh, he didn't mean it that way, or he was just a little aggravated and said it out of context, or whatever. And that's a bunch of crap. You know, that argument's over and done with. Makes no difference. So, like I said, just wanted to throw that out there. I'll go back to the protest thing and see what's going on there. Doesn't seem like really anything. They're just kind of acting a fool, chanting, as usual. Mostly white people in the crowd saying they're against white people, which, that's the weirdest thing. But that's very true. Everything is one-sided. Just like we've all seen, well, most of us anyway, have seen the videos, and I watched it when it happened. Jim Acosta, CNN, when he lost his press pass at the White House for acting like a jerk. I mean, plain and simple. And now the federal judge or whoever has forced the White House to give him back his press pass. So, I don't know. You can't solve anything. There's no way to make those people happy. You could give them every single thing they want, and they would still not be satisfied. So it's... Well, there was a couple... excuse me. There was a couple good pieces of legislation that passed in my state just the other day on Wednesday. They're not completely passed yet, but they've got a good shot at it. Passed the House. One was our... Well, it's a watered-down stand your ground bill. It still kind of sucks, but it's on the right track. We didn't get it as strong as we want, but we got a chance to fix that relatively soon in the Senate. Now, it'll get vetoed, and we'll have to override that, but that was a whole mess, though. Had a black representative out of Cleveland who really flipped out, and they had to silence her. She kept bringing it up that everybody that co-sponsored Stand Your Ground only lived in white communities, and people are scared of their blackness as soon as they walk in a room, and a bunch of nonsense. And the other thing that passed, well, like I say, passed the House, but this should go all the way through. Even our new governor said he would sign this. Maybe one good thing he'll do. And that's our heartbeat bill for abortion thing. You know, as soon as a heartbeat is detected, that stops it. And, of course, the left is all up in arms. They can't kill their kids anymore. But that happens everywhere. So, that's two positive things that has happened here recently. They're not perfect. At least the gun part, anyway, is not a perfect bill, but it's on the right track anyway. And it was nice how a little trickery, well, I don't want to say trickery, but a sneak play type of thing. We had an amendment that we tried to get attached to the Stand Your Ground bill to strengthen it and make it what it should be. Well, that didn't work. They didn't like that idea. So it forced them to vote on record. So now we know exactly who voted for and against it. So when election time comes up, you know, we've got names of people to go after. So that was a good thing. That doesn't happen very often, that you can get these people on a, you know, on the record voting for those type of issues. So it's kind of a low energy deal in Philly for the time being. I wasn't sure what was actually going to take place or happen or anything. So I don't know, you know, like I say, how long I'll actually stay live. It's just kind of boring, but I figured I would at least start live, you know, start a stream just to try to basically touch bases. Yeah, Antifa's there, but I haven't really seen much of them doing anything. It's still early, though, so it's hard to say. You never can tell. I'll turn the audio back on for a bit and see what's actually going on. I haven't done many streams lately. I've been fairly busy. I'm going to throw this out there before I go back to this thing here. Man, them some ugly people. But, well, that's beside the point. I'm not a fan of Facebook, obviously. But that's where a lot of people are at. So I do use it. I hate it, but one, I use it for my glass research, but that's another story on its own. I don't put hardly anything personal out there. That's not good. But a few days ago, I got a message on Facebook about my UFO page, my Central Ohio UFO Reporting Center. I'll put it in the comments if you want to check it out. But I got a message saying, you know, which I get these ever so often, you know, people haven't heard from you in a while, say something, let them know you're still around type of deal. So I did. Didn't think much of it. And I don't know, a few hours later or so, they give me a coupon. And it was for ad credit. $15 in free advertising on Facebook. And I thought, well, it ain't gonna cost me anything, so I might as well try it. And since I ran the ads, my UFO website and Facebook page have just like exploded. I've had countless reports called in. I've solved a couple. But I've got still a number to, investigate. All stemming from the same night within a few hours of each other. So it's been pretty good as far as the UFO stuff goes. Been very busy, and I don't know, the real reason, but I'm going to throw this out there. There was, let's see. Let me see if I can find it right quick. There was an object that was found out in space. Don't ask me how you pronounce the name they give it. I don't know. But it was the first interstellar object, meaning from out of our solar system, that came here. And some Harvard scientists and others actually stated that they believe that it could be not a natural phenomenon and actually sent by another civilization. And when this thing started flying around us, it was moving extremely fast, speeding up, slowing down, all that kind of stuff. So not natural movements. But there was a very big increase worldwide in UFO sightings. So anything to it? I don't know. But it all kind of adds up. Timing and all of that. So very interesting to say the least. And they claim within about another 4 years or so that object will be clear out of our solar system and back to wherever. So pretty interesting to say the least. But thought I would throw that out there. That's one reason I haven't done much streams lately, which there hadn't been much going on to begin with. But I've been doing a lot of the whole UFO investigating stuff, so that definitely does take a little bit of time. 99.9% of cases can be solved, but it's that little 0.1% that makes it fun. So, but people always like to know what they saw, so. But just wanted to throw that out there. So I'm going to throw the audio back on and see what's going on here.
She tried.
Yeah, like 15 times. 15 kids. And then the mama, who's like the most recent culprit, we took it and got fixed.
Right.
So we're hoping not to see any more, but she does show up at our window probably 4 times a day.
Oh, yeah. Outside kid.
Yeah, she's our third cat.
That's the pop-up of 5 of them. 6 of them.
Have you done any TNR with him?
I trap neutered released him. So his harem is going to decrease soon. But I got his kittens that were, so I have ones that are of his that are like 10 months or 11 months old, and then I also got a mama kitty with 4 kittens before she could be before they could be separated.
Yeah.
So they're now at like 15 weeks. I just got the 3 boys fixed. Right, and so then the little girl and the mama aren't fixed yet, but mama needed time to
nurse
to not be nursing, non-nursing time before she can be fixed. And the little girl is much smaller than the boys were, and I want to give her a little time to.
Yeah, they've got to be 2 pounds, right?
Yeah, they're over that, but I still like. 2 pounds.
Hang on, guys. I got another feed I'm going to throw up here. See how this one turns out. Might be a little more interesting than that mess. I don't care about her dog or whatever.
They're working on undermining the president to disenfranchise the smaller states, where you have population centers rule over and subjugate the rural areas, the country. The Electoral College right now, they're about 98 delegates away from undermining the Electoral College, basically taking the teeth out of it. It's been going on for about 10, 12 years. And they're very, very close to getting it done. That's a direct attack on our republic. It seeks to turn us into a functioning democracy, a direct democracy. And this is going on right under our noses. Maryland joined the compact, California, New York, Hawaii. There's 12 states in total that have joined it. They have 172 delegates right now pledged to this compact. And the danger of this thing is it's planetary, which means that the states retain that right in the Constitution under Article 2, Section 1, Paragraph 2, Line 1. It's been ruled on 3 times in the Supreme Court. In the 1880s, in 1970 with Mitchell v. Oregon, and then we all remember George Bush and Al Gore, when Bush-Gore, see, Al Gore actually sued the state of Florida. Even though the case was called Bush v. Gore, Al Gore didn't sue George Bush. Al Gore sued the state of Florida for a proportional allotment of the delegates, because Florida was a winner-take-all state. That's what that case was about. The Supreme Court upheld states' rights to allot their delegates or assign their delegates as the legislatures deem. They upheld it. That was the 3rd time in history. Article 2, Section 1, Paragraph 2, Line 1 was upheld. So the people that think this is not going to happen, it's happening. The people that think it takes a constitutional amendment to do away with the Electoral College, it's happening. They're not doing away with the Electoral College. They're using their plenary power under the Constitution to join a compact to undermine it.
At the end of the day, it's up to him.
So those are the things that are going on right now.
I'm here on my own, but I know
along with many other things.
But he's not. I'm not the security person. I would just leave it to the security.
That's basically my speech. So anybody else want to come up and talk a little bit? It's kind of hard to stay focused with that much across the street. But anybody else want to come up? Okay, who's up?
That's fine, yeah.
Come on up here.
Thank you, Bobby. Come on, guys, come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
About 650 people.
I'm Ty Smith. I am the chairman, CEO, founder of U.S. Police Fire EMS Foundation out of New York, located right on Wall Street. I'm an ex-law enforcement officer in Oklahoma and Florida. Today, we're all here. I'm happy to see everybody. Sorry if I look a little jet lagged. I'm a little tired. I got no sleep last night. And if you looked at my social media, I was tweeting like 2 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. So I look kind of like out of it. But we're here for a reason, you know. Last time we did Blue Lives Matter, which was very personal to my friend Zach. His father was a police officer here in Philadelphia. I have family members that are Philadelphia police officers here, cousins. I just don't understand how the media could turn something into lies. I don't get it. And I was on a radio station, it was at 96.1. They asked me, why would I associate myself with this type of crowd? Well, this type of crowd is we the people, you know. So many people voted for President Trump, you know. To be honest, I've been Democrat, Republican, Democrat, back to Republican, so everybody wants to know. I voted for just about everybody that I felt was going to make a difference. And one thing I do in my life is, you know, listen, we all make mistakes, okay? And I like to lead by example. I could sit here all day and tell you what we do for people in need and everything like that. But if you don't actually see anything going on, if you don't see me out, if you see me just sitting in my nice plush office on Wall Street, it doesn't make any damn sense. You know, you probably won't believe it. I believe in freedom of speech. I think we as Americans, take it to another level sometimes. You know, I think we need to recognize that we're all one, we're all unified, and it's really a shame that there's not more numbers over here. There's always the few, though, that comes out every time. There's always the few and the proud that comes out and sticks up for the whole nation. You know, one thing my mother and my dad, God rest his soul, my dad, God rest his soul, he always told me to not just lead by example, but just don't do the monkey see, the monkey do. Don't just, I mean, if all those people are just jumping off the buildings and they said this is the way to go, don't go follow them. Be your own man, be your own self, be your own person. I fight for people every day. A lot of these people, like the gentleman was just here, they care about their whatever they want to do, but they really don't care about the overall effect of America and which way it's going. You know, obviously there's no racist people here. You know, I know our Philly police, they don't get enough. They go through so much here. I tell you, killings every day. Killings this morning off the highway. People are going out of control with guns and conservatives. My neighborhood.
No, that's they just see a bunch of attention.
Yeah, that's an American flag guy. They tried to attack him as he was walking through, and now he's
oh, there's someone on your side who tried to get through.
Black Americans. You know, and I'm going to take it to another level. You know, I believe in Black Lives Matter. I know why.
Do you have somebody coming to be another person? I know stuff is which one is she? Is she here? Well, I talked to her physically like here, but before. So call her if she's with Reuters. For
so I tell her to come over. Yeah, that's. But no, that guy's name is Greg.
To demonize the government in general. You know, sometimes I get frustrated. You know, I don't get frustrated with helping people, but I get frustrated with the people that just. That's a good thing, right? To stop it. That was good luck. That was good luck. It's the best, the best. But where was I at before that? But all religious.
What's the finish place?
I believe in everybody as one. I don't think necessarily it's better. We're all one people on this earth. We have to learn how to help and how to support in life. It's better. You know, I don't think like
love your shirt, man. I didn't know where I was supposed to go, so I started walking through, and they didn't like me. They called me fascist because of this flag. That's crazy. Listen, if you guys have these, tienen que ser identificados por la policía y después cancelados para que no lleva una vez pepper spray. It's a federal building. You can't go in here with anything, not even a pocket.
You know, like I said, the gun violence is out of control. You got to do more. You got to do better.
So what happened on your way in? I'm doing a live stream kind of here.
It was these guys. I mean, talk to them. Who are you with?
So my outlet's called News to Share. I just kind of live stream these things from beginning to end. So what happened over there?
Well, we just showed up. We just pulled into town. Got here a little late, and I thought that was the assembly for us. So.
Oh no, no, it is not.
So I walked through, and they were all friendly on the outside. And as soon as I got in, they started calling me Nazis and fascists, and I tried to have a conversation with them like, why are you angry at me? Why are you calling me a fascist or a Nazi? Because I'm holding this flag. This flag does not represent any of those things. This is America. This is where we're at. There's your racist over there. Look at it.
What's the hat mean?
I want to know how come there's no United States American flag. Yeah, not a single flag over there. Red flags. Those are communist flags. No, this doesn't make any sense.
What does make scrap great again mean?
It's a play on words. My father owns a scrap business, so he thought it was funny.
So you're talking literally about a scrap business?
Yeah, it's actually scrap.
Got it.
But your vote matters. Never give up the vote. Always go out there and vote. Never think it doesn't matter. It's very important. You know why? Voting works for all of us. Every last one of us. You know, I don't want to live in the United States where you're programmed to think one thing. I don't want to live in the United States where, because I'm a black American, you got to be a Democrat and you got to be kind of radical. That's not good. That's not good. You know. So again, contrary to popular belief, like I said, I was on a radio station, 96.1, a couple of days ago, and they were saying we're all radical, and I think we was called all types of names. Obviously, that's not the case, you know. And I remember, Zach, remember the Blue Lives Matter? The same people yelling Nazis was the one that called me a Nazi. Just before they hit a police officer, which they didn't show on television, and a cameraman, which they didn't show on television. You know, so when President Trump gets up there and says fake news, it's the truth. It's the truth, you know. I would want to believe what the news says, you know, but they just don't have the back of the people. They don't have the back of law enforcement. They could care less about law enforcement. They could care less about law and order. They could care less about how many young black children are dying in North Philly, South Philly, or people in your neighborhoods. They don't care. They like to see, they would love to see me fighting right here. Right? This is what they want. And they're going to show it. They're going to show it. I'm telling you, and they're right on it. I think it's a crock of you know what. But like I said, I'm not going to hold it up for any longer. And I know it is hard to focus because I'm always listening. That's my ex-law enforcement. I'm always listening to everything. But I appreciate you guys. And let's see, what else? See something, say something. Well, that's what we're doing today. But back on law enforcement, and let's get people in here that's going to work for over and over and over again. The police don't really want to do their job because they're tired and frustrated, you know? I mean, I know they're supposed to be, you know, top notch and first responders and, you know, we're all tough, you know, and stuff like that, but they're human beings. You know, we need real change in there. We need a mayor that's going to back our police chief, because I don't like to see my first time seeing him and he's, you know, he's tired. He's tired. He's a good man, and he wants to do the best for the city, but they need the backing from good government. They need a good mayor in here.
Guys, I got to cut this one a little short. I've got to take off. There's not much really going on anyway, but since I do have to take off, you shouldn't have to have Facebook, but either way, though, I'll put the link to this stream thing here in the chat. But yeah, I got to take off. My ride finally showed up, so I can go to the store and buy me a turkey and some other whatnots for, well, you know, Thanksgiving. I'm going to deep fry a turkey again this year. That's the way to go. Highly recommended. But be careful. Don't burn your house down or none of that stuff. But, check out the link that I just put there, the Facebook thing, if you want to keep watching this. But, yeah, this was an unexpected, not planned type of deal. So, take it easy, guys. If you want to drop a nickel my way, you got plenty of options that are scrolling across the screen. All them links are in the description. PayPal, Streamlabs, whatever. So, take it easy, guys, and I will catch you on the next stream. Stay safe. And if you're in America, happy Turkey Day.